Hello everyone, I'm Cheese. I hope you're all doing fantastic today. So yeah, sorry I'm a bit late with the uploads. I'm back to work again, at least until the surgery, so that kind of hampered with the scheduling of stuff. Iskai Ojisan, pretty usual thing. I'm gonna do this kind of reaction, first impressions, thoughts sort of video on the first episode. I will be doing a proper first impressions once a few episodes have passed and I can gather my thoughts a little bit again on it to make something a little bit more cohesive out of this stuff and maybe less with my face in it. And yeah, let's get on with it. I am sure this is going to be super fucking fun. I've only read the inscription, the synopsis over from Mal very briefly, and it looks like it's going to be really good fun. It has isekai in the name, but the main character doesn't get isekai'd. Their uncle, on the other hand, has been isekai'd and is now back in the real world and brought magic and beautiful elf girls and dames and stuff like that. It's going to be fucking hilarious. I am sure I've been looking for some kind of a funny, comedic, feel-good anime as of late, and I am sure this will fit in very well. I've heard good things from friends who've read the manga. Incidentally, I haven't, so don't spoil anything, please. On with the anime. Okay, right. So they snuck in Drakkun because the name is Isekai, and yeah. Oh, that was actually really good. That was fun. Quick mention, actually, I really like the art style of this. It's very manga-esque. I feel like I haven't read the manga, but it feels like it's a anime representation taken directly from manga. Like, you have those panels in some big anime where it's directly taken from the manga, and they've spent a lot of money recreating it anime. And this feels sort of like that, but in a more simplistic sense. Just something I was just...
2017年
I'm wondering, does this take place in the past? Because of course the year now is 2022, not 2017. I need to check if the manga came out in 2017 or if this takes place in the past. His uncle was in a coma for 17 years, so he went to coma in either 1999 or 2000. Like end of 1999, early 2000s. This is fall, so maybe late 1999. Anyway, I will check if it takes place in the past.
Aki.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is a good example of this looks very much like it's from a manga panel, and that's this. I'm pointing out this to emphasize my point. Really, I'm very wavy with my hands today, and I don't know why. I like the fact that neither of them has visible eyes. I wonder if it's that general. It's a slightly older anime trope, but you can still see it nowadays every now and then as well. Is if their eyes become visible through their very opaque glasses when they get serious or some big emotional things happen. We shall see in the future, I am sure. What the fuck? Those fucking teeth! Look at them! That's atrocious! Like, really overemphasized teeth. Yeesh.
すまん異世界グランバハマルに17年いたがようやく帰ってきたぞ
正直会いたくないって
What is that? Like he wrote in his little notebook that a family fell apart because of him, and then made a mark on it, like those counting to 5 marks that have a name that I have now suddenly forgotten. Which is actually he did it in a Western kind of way, not a Japanese way. We go back, teeny tiny bit. There we go. These they're very. You can't see these. That's a Western style of marking up to 5. Japanese have a different symbol that they use, which is I think also used in China, and I realize I'm rambling. Let's move on. I'm very sorry about my ramblingness.
Ikiras Kyora. Wagren to Serdo.
Love the awkwardness after the failed attempt to use magic.
あれこっちじゃ日本語なんだな
So what we are to interpret from this is our universe does not understand the language of his magical world to command magic, but for some reason Japanese works.
ゲームハードセンスはどうなったセガはえ
Console? Oh yeah, right. So, to younger audiences, there was a big console war towards the end of the 90s about which console would rule the market, and then essentially what happened was PlayStation 1 came out and Sony just walked over everyone, and the rest is history. And now PC Master Race, but that's irrelevant, and I think the synopsis on Mal said that he was very much into like old video games, and well, to us old video games, to him they were brand new at the time, but still. And I think he is very much into Sega stuff. This is going to be a hell of a shocker. I want to know what that is. He started doing it again on the little notebook. I'm sure we'll find out, but I'm curious. Oh, well, that didn't take long. Oh, okay, so, like, big things, the whole family fell apart, and now, for some reason, the fall of Sega has warranted the wiping of that specific memory from his mind, and then he writes it up, like, how many times he's used it, and writes what happened in the book, just in case it's important. Right, I see. Okay, that would be exceedingly useful. Okay, now I want to know what happened to the uncle in the other world. That's bad, I'm presuming. Either something really fucking good happened to him, or something incredibly bad happened to him. Something bad, I'm presuming. Something very, very bad. Exploitation of your magical relatives. Yay. Let's face it though. Anyone, anywhere, if they had a friend or a family member who somehow came to this world possessing the power of magic, they would be exploited the living shit out of, especially if they were willing. But yeah, it's quite funny. I'm really enjoying the humor of this show. It's very much up my alley. Damn, that's so bad. I wish my YouTube earnings were 60,000 yen. That's what, $600 odd, a bit less. A bit less than that, maybe 530. I think last I checked, 1,000 yen was like 70 euros, but it shifts. But yeah, I kind of wish my YouTube channel did a bit better, but hey, I'm enjoying doing this, so who cares? I'm rambling on, let's move on once. Oh yeah, he doesn't know about smartphones. 17 years. I wonder if we get to things like... So he's a fan of video games. I wonder if we get to things like explaining anime tropes and stuff. I didn't read the synopsis very carefully. I'm sure it probably said something like that somewhere, but this is quite fun. Like, we get the aspect of explaining shit, but it's different from like something like Your Boy Kongming, where the span of history between them was so vast that you couldn't really relate anything. But in this, like, 17 years technologically is a massive leap, but it is still close enough that I think he can explain it to the uncle, and especially like more modern social and like popular constructs rather than like actual technology. It's going to be really good fun. I wonder if they get playing modern video games together. That might be fun as well. But I'm, being an anime creator and a fan of anime, I'm very much looking forward to things like... He probably... Like, I'm expecting that he ran into, like, anime tropes that he did not recognize because they didn't exist in anime during his time in the isekai world, and that we get, like, weird anime thingamajigs. Fairly certain I read about that somewhere when it comes to this anime, and that's why I'm sure it's coming to my mind, but I'm hoping that happens, and I'm just repressing the memory of reading that from somewhere I just cannot remember for the life of me.
Huh?
That was unnecessary. Super emphasized teeth and loud chewing. Why? That was so unnecessary and so disgusting. It pains me greatly. It continues. Why?
毎日まとわりついてきて嫌がらせっていうか俺が何やっても人格否定とか罵倒とかしてくるんだよ
I'd actually like that kind of a world where he's hunted and people are pestering him and trying to kill him. That feels more realistic than 99.9% of all isekai, where it's just everything's fine and dandy and there's flowers and butterflies everywhere and for some reason the protagonist is super powerful and gets a harem. And yeah, this feels like the kind of isekai I would love to watch. Like, I'm not a huge fan of it, but I'd love to see like a spin-off or something of his isekai adventures in the future. And that world seems gruff and realistic and grim dark. Oh, grim darkness. That went a bit far for some reason. But yeah, it feels very much like my kind of isekai world. Things like Mushoku Tensei with a very realistic representation of a medieval fantasy world, or Tanya the Evil with, let's face it, very grim and bloody world kind of thing. I like that kind of isekai. Not necessarily taken to super overboard, like with... I feel like Overlord goes a bit too far in the grimness of the darkness and doesn't portray the like realistic grimness. I realise I've probably said grim like 6 times in a row now, and that sounds really stupid when I'm trying to edit this and when you're watching it, but hey, I am not very good with words. Neuron activation. Neuron activation. Also tsundere. Very heavily tsundere. Hey, there we go. I knew this was coming. I'm sure I read it somewhere that this is like an aspect in this anime. I'm certain of it. And I have just managed to forget it somehow. Yeah, I wish we get more of like... He ran into every fucking possible anime archetype in the isekai world, and we get this kind of like flashes to that. Is going to be hilarious. Cannot wait.
2004年頃俺でも動画で世界中の人とつながれるは
What's that say? Ooh, that hurts. If you have watched my video, you know that I'm not very good at editing, and my editing kind of sucks at that kind of pains me greatly. If you can't tell, it's a national hobby of us Finnish people to berate ourselves of our shortcomings. Sorry if that bothers you, it's just how we are. But I'm learning. I'm hoping to try and get better and maybe have some more time to spend on editing and stuff. Not on these videos, but on some bigger ones. I am rambling again. This is a bad habit I need to get rid of.
頭の中を見せた方が早いな。イキラス・エルラン。
Oh, okay, so we do get to see his isekai adventures through this weird screeny thing, but I would absolutely love a spin-off where we actually follow his isekai story, though, that being said, I don't know the extent to which this anime will explain his isekai adventures, so maybe we get to see more than I'm expecting, but we shall see. I do like the fact that we at least get some glimpses here and there. Also a huge fan of the... I assume that's on the actual screen, the old-timey TV filter. Yes, it is. Okay, right.
異世界でのおじさんの記憶すごかったでしょ。感謝と尊敬の声。
いや。
Everyone wants to kill him because it's an old-fashioned witch hunt. Even the baby in the background is really angry. Witch hunt.
吊るされかけた。どうやら宗教的にまずかったようだ。
Hey, you get good things and your religion ruins it. It's almost a bit that happens everywhere. Tsundere girls.
誰か助けに入ったよ。
ああ、例の嫌がらせのやつだ。
え、この人が？確か。
Oh, okay. I see. Right. So, this is the one who is bent on harassing him, so she likes him. and he doesn't get it because he is a video game otaku. Right, I see where this is going. I really wish she comes from the fantasy world into this world in search of him. That would be a fun turn. And judging by the cover art over on Mal, I think she's in that. Like, not from this kind of a memory perspective, but like properly in the world. So I'm sure she will come to play. And I am very sorry, my chair is exceedingly creaky.
この男は邪悪な顔をしている。
僧侶は調べた。は
Oh, the shipping's more expensive than the bid itself. Oof. That actually, like, I don't buy that much stuff online. One of the reasons why I don't buy manga online is because the shipping to Finland is fucking astronomical for some reason. Like, I bought a bow, a Japanese Yumi, Hankyu short one, like a year ago or something. And the bow itself was relatively cheap, but the shipping was so fucking high. It's unreal. Like, I would really like to read manga, for example, but I'd have to buy it off Amazon because the ones they sell in Finland are all translated into Finnish, and the translations fucking suck. I need to make a video. I don't read manga, but irrelevant. And then I checked, I could buy them from Amazon. It was pretty cheap, like €7 or something per manga volume, and the shipping was like €30 per one book, which is fucking ludicrous. I will maybe try and find some store where I can buy them without ludicrous shipping costs at some point, and I do need to make a video on why I don't read that much manga, but yes, moving on this.
送料2000円。
住所聞いたこと。何これ？どこから出したの？
収納魔法だよ。あとそれ。
Oh, it's got like I've been listening to a 40k book as of late about Necrons, and they have like dimensional pockets, which are these like weird dimensions where you can just store like limitless amounts of shit, essentially. Things like a bag of holding from D&D, for example, but it's just open it up kind of thing. Cool. Very cool. Also like the effect.
ドラゴン殺せるやつだから注意してね。再生数の伸びが今一つだな。何かワンアイデア。
おじさん。
Ow. Being a starting smaller YouTuber, all of these fucking views aren't growing things and your editing is shit kind of things from the anime really hurt. I'm sure this will not eventually go anywhere with the channel, but hey, I like doing this stuff, so I keep doing it. This got too real, didn't it?
こういう指輪を持ってるってことは。
That reminds me, isn't there like there's a weird console war anime about, like, Sega and Nintendo characters turned into, like, proper anime characters instead of, like, being just anime versions of themselves. I need to go look this up now at some point and put that on the screen or something. I just remember it was super fucking weird.
は？
そんな大きな借りは作りたくない。これでどうだ？
Oh, right. So, unwittingly, he ends up proposing to her, it looks like. And then they are married without his knowledge. And... yikes. This would be such a good, like, proper, full-on isekai spin-off as well. I'm sure we're seeing a lot of these, like, clips from his isekai world, but it would still be a fun kind of isekai spin-off.
いらないのか？
I do, and thus they were married, and he doesn't know jack shit because he's not very good with people. He gets it.
さんがなんかとんでもないことしようとしてる。おじさんの信念。
Okay, right. I see. They found the breakthrough in the realm of YouTube, which is something I still need to do, but self-loathing once again, falling to pieces and all that. Yeah, I really need to come up with a good idea of what's going to be my anime niche on YouTube, but why am I explaining this now? I ramble on. Again, sorry.
ネタは再生数200万をおじさんとの生活は始まったばかりだった。
Right, so I think this is the end of Iskai Ojisan, so let's hop on back to the big screen. And back on the big screen. Hi everyone. That was really good fun. I thoroughly enjoyed Iskai Ojisan, and I will again be doing a proper first impressions once I've gathered my thoughts in something a bit more cohesive, and probably after a few episodes have passed, so that I can get a more whole picture of what is going on with the whole show. If I will eventually end up liking it, then it doesn't end up like Shikimori-san, where it just kind of falls flat. But yep, that's gonna happen in the future. This was really good fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I will be doing more of these episode thoughts / reaction things, again, to get easier content out now that I'm back at work. Incidentally, if you enjoyed this, leave a like, leave a comment down below, anything like that. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, helps tremendously. And if you would like to interact with me more, there is a Twitter and a Discord link down in the video description. And if you just want to come and hang out, I also stream non-anime related stuff over on Twitch on certain days. It's a bit in the air right now again because of work, but that's irrelevant. So yeah, you can come over and hang out in Twitch or Discord or Twitter, wherever. With that, I have been Cheese, and I bid thee farewell, and I hope to see you guys next time, and ta-ta for now. Goodbye!